Good morning, students. Today we are going to see third part of atoms and molecules. Before we are going to the topic, we recap the previous class matters. See, in our last class we studied about molecules. Two or more atoms combine together to form a molecule. There are two types of molecules. They are heteromolecules and homomolecules. Hetero means the atoms of different elements combine together to form a molecule, then it is called a heteromolecule. Atoms of same elements combine together to form a molecule is called homomolecules. And then now we are going to see the important hypothesis, Avogadro hypothesis. What is Avogadro's hypothesis? See, according to this law, it states that the volume of all gases at standard pressure and temperature have equal number of molecules. See, the law states that equal volume of all gases in standard pressure and temperature have equal number of molecules. Once again I repeat, the equal number of molecules are present in equal volume of all gases. See, for example, consider one equal volume of all gases, either it is hydrogen or oxygen, helium, anything else, they contain equal number of molecules. This hypothesis was proposed by Avogadro, so it is called Avogadro's hypothesis. See, mathematically we can prove this. V is proportional to N. That means here N means number of molecules, V volume. So, in 1 mole, for example, N number of molecules, in 2 volume of gases, 2 into N number of molecules, like that. See, equal number of molecules are present in equal volume of all gases. See, if you take equal volume of all the gases, any gases, they contain equal number of molecules. This hypothesis is known as Avogadro's hypothesis. See, under which condition? Standard pressure and temperature. See, under the condition of standard pressure and temperature, equal volume of all gases contain equal number of molecules. So, V is proportional to N. If V increases, number of molecules also increases. V is proportional to N, or V is equal to constant into N. For example, how can we explain this hypothesis? When hydrogen combine with chlorine to form hydrogen chloride. See, hydrogen H2, then chlorine Cl2 gives 2HCl. While your hydrogen plus chlorine equalize the the balance the equations, we may get 2 volume of HCl, that is 1 volume of hydrogen and 1 volume of chlorine gives 2 volume of hydrogen chloride. 1 volume of hydrogen and 1 volume of chlorine gives 2 volume of hydrogen chloride. So, if we can in 1 volume of the hydrogen gas, how many molecules? N molecules. In 1 volume of chlorine, how many molecules? Again N molecules. So, it gives 2 volume of hydrogen chloride gas. So, 2 into molecule. Here N molecules plus N molecules gives 2N molecules. So, if we consider the value of N is equal to 1, we get 1 molecule plus 1 molecule gives 2 molecule. That means half of the molecule, that hydrogen, there are 2 atoms in the molecule. So, half means 1 atom of hydrogen and 1 atom of chlorine gives 1 molecule of hydrogen chloride. So, equal number of all gases contain equal volume of all gases contain equal number of molecules. See, we have Avogadro's hypothesis. Applications. So, there are so many applications. See, applications of Avogadro. It explains Gay-Lussac law. Avogadro's hypothesis explains Gay-Lussac's law. It helps in the determination of atomicity of the gases. Already we know this. What is atomicity? Number of atoms present in a molecule. So it helps in the determination of atomicity of gases. Then third one, molecular formula of gases can be derived using Avogadro's law. Molecular formula of gases can be derived using Avogadro's law. It determines the relative relation between molecular mass and vapor density. It gives the relation between molecular mass and vapor density. What is molecular mass? We know this. The relative molecular mass is nothing but molecular mass, that is mass of the molecule. Then vapor density. It helps to determine the gram molar volume of all gases. Gram molar volume of all gases. See, it is an important 4-mark question. What are the applications of Avogadro's law? What are the applications of Avogadro's law? It explains Gay-Lussac's law. It helps in the determination of atomicity of gases. It gives the molecular formula of all gases, and it determines the relation between molecular mass and vapor density. It helps to determine gram molar volume of all gases. See, one of the important application, it determines the relation between molecular mass and vapor density. Let us see what is relative molecular mass. See, we can calculate molecular mass, the relative molecular mass, with the help of either hydrogen or carbon. Here with the help of hydrogen scale. The relative molecular mass of a gas, or see, the relative molecular mass of a gas or vapor is the ratio between mass of one molecule of the gas or vapor to the mass of one atom of hydrogen. See, the relative molecular mass, it is the ratio between mass of one molecule of the gas or vapor to mass of one volume of hydrogen. See, normally again we are considering the mass of any gas or vapor with the mass of one atom of hydrogen. That gives relative molecular mass. Once again I repeat, see, the relative molecular mass is the ratio between mass of one molecule of any gas or vapor to the mass of one atom of hydrogen. Then what is vapor density? Vapor density is the ratio of the mass of a certain volume of gas or vapor to the mass of an equal volume of hydrogen, measured under the same conditions of temperature and pressure. See here, what is vapor density? Vapor density is again the ratio of the mass of certain volume of any gas or vapor to the same volume of hydrogen, measured under the same conditions of temperature and pressure. இங்கே என்ன சொல்கிறோம்? vapor density அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் mass of certain volume of any gas. நம்ம எவ்வளோ வேணால் எடுத்துக்கலாம். அந்த கேஸ்க்கும் வேப்பருக்கு வால்யூம் எவ்வளோ எடுக்கிறோமோ சேம் வால்யூமாக ஹைட்ரஜன் எடுத்தால் ரெண்டோட மாஸையும் நம்ம என்ன செய்கிறோம்? ரேஷியோ பார்க்குறோம். அந்த ரேஷியோ தான் என்ன செய்யுது? Vapor density. Vapor density is the ratio of mass of certain volume of a gas or vapor to the mass of an equal volume of hydrogen, measured under the same conditions of temperature and pressure. See, how can we write? Vapor density, Vd means vapor density, mass of a given volume of gas or vapor at STP divided by mass of the same volume of hydrogen. According to Avogadro's law, equal volumes of all gases contain equal number of molecules. Thus, let the number of molecules in one volume is equal to n. Number of molecules is one volume of gas is equal to n. So, then vapor density is equal to mass of one molecule of gas or vapor at STP by mass of one molecule of hydrogen. See, cancelling n அப்படின்னா என்ன சொல்லியிருக்கோம்? இங்கே vapor density is equal to mass of n molecule first we consider, then mass of one molecule of gas or vapor at STP by mass of one molecule of hydrogen. However, since the hydrogen is diatomic, hydrogen is diatomic. One molecule of hydrogen can be written as 2 atoms of hydrogen. So is equal to mass of one molecule of gas or vapor at STP. So divided by mass of 2 atoms of hydrogen. When we compare the formula of vapor density with relative molecular mass, they can be represented as vapor density is equal to mass of one molecule of a gas or vapor at STP by 2 into mass of one atom of hydrogen. See in equation 7.1, what is relative molecular mass in according to hydrogen scale? Mass of one molecule of a gas or vapor at STP by mass of one atom of hydrogen. Here we have 1 by 2 extra. So take the 1 by 2 in the opposite side. You can substitute the above equation in equation 7.1, arrive at the following formula. So Vd is equal to relative molecular mass by 2. Now on cross multiplication, we have 2 into vapor density is equal to relative molecular mass of a gas, or relative molecular mass is equal to 2 into vapor density. See here, once again I repeat, vapor density is equal to mass of a given volume of gas or vapor at STP divided by mass of the same volume of hydrogen. According to Avogadro's law, equal volume of all gases contain equal number of molecules. So, thus, let the number of molecules in one volume is equal to n. So, how can we write this? In this equation, vapor density is equal to mass of n molecule of a gas or vapor at STP by mass of same volume of hydrogen. If we consider one molecule, vapor density is equal to, instead of n we substitute 1. So mass of one molecule of a gas or vapor at STP by mass of one molecule of hydrogen. See, hydrogen is a diatomic. Diatomic, there are 2 atoms. So instead of one molecule we use 2 atoms. So vapor density is equal to mass of one molecule of a gas or vapor at STP divided by mass of 2 atoms of hydrogen. Then compare the formula of vapor density with relative molecular mass. They can be represented as, see here, mass of one molecule by mass of one atom of hydrogen. That means it is the relative molecular mass. So Vd is equal to 1 by 2 into relative molecular mass. See, take the 2 in the opposite side, we get, see, vapor density is equal to relative molecular mass by 2. So take the 2 opposite side, 2 into vapor density is equal to relative molecular mass of a gas, or relative molecular mass is equal to 2 into vapor density. So it is a important 4-mark question. What is the 4-mark question? Give the relationship between, derive the relationship between vapor density and relative molecular mass. Already we know this. What is relative molecular mass? When mass of one molecule of any gas or vapor by mass of one atom of hydrogen. Mass of one atom of hydrogen. See, this is relative molecular mass. Then what is vapor density? Vapor density is the ratio of the mass of certain volume of gas or vapor to the mass of an equal volume of hydrogen measured under the same conditions of temperature and pressure. So it is an important relation, that is relative molecular mass is equal to 2 into vapor density. Now let us see another important one, mole concept. What is a mole? Normally we measure the mass with kilogram, measure the length in meter, like measure the amount of a substance in mole. So how can we measure the mole? Mole is the amount of substance that contains as many elementary particles as there are atoms in exactly 12 grams of the carbon 12 isotope. See, consider 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope we have to take. So how much? 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope should be taken. See, in that how many atoms are present is called 1 mole. So mole is the amount of substance that contains as many elementary particles. What are the elementary particles? Either it may be atoms or molecules or ion or any other particle. See, as they are atoms in exactly 12 grams of the carbon 12 isotope. So mole is the amount of substance that contain as many elementary particles as there are atoms in exactly 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope. அது carbon 12 isotope 12 கிராம்ஸில் எவ்வளோ நம்பர் ஆஃப் ஆட்டம்ஸ் இருக்கோ அந்த அளவை தான் நம்ம என்ன சொல்கிறோம் 1 mole அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். இதில் எவ்வளோ நம்பர்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஆட்டம்ஸ் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கால்குலேட் பண்ணி கொடுத்துருக்காரு யார் அவகேட்ரா. See, let us see the total number of atoms in 12 grams of carbon 12 atom is 6.023 into 10 power 23. So we call this number as Avogadro's number. The total number of atoms in the 12 grams of carbon 12 is 6.023 into 10 power 23. This number is called Avogadro's number. Then important another term, molar volume. See, using this Avogadro numbers we can calculate the mole. So in 1 mole of any substance, how many molecules are there? 6.023 into 10 power 23 molecules. See, for example, in 1 mole of oxygen, how many number of molecules are present? See, 6.023 into 10 power 23, like this. In 1 mole of hydrogen, the same number. So according to Avogadro law, equal volume of all gases contain equal number of molecules under the condition of standard temperature and pressure. Then molar volume, the volume of 1 mole of any gas is 22.4 liters or 22,400 milliliter at STP. This volume is called molar volume. See, if 1 mole of any gas occupies how much of volume? 22.4 liters. This is called molar volume of all gases or any gases. So 1 mole of any gases contains how many molecules? 6.023 into 10 power 23. See, if we consider ions, it also same. 6.023 into 10 power 23. So as many elementary particles, either it is atom or molecule or ions. Here the volume of 1 mole of any gases is 22.4 liters. If you take 1 mole of oxygen, it is the volume of the oxygen is 22.4 liters. If we take 1 mole of carbon dioxide, the volume is again 22.4 liters. So this is called molar volume of gases. See, Avogadro applications, it helps to determine the atomicity of gases, and then it determines the relation between molecular mass and vapor density. It helps to determine the gram molar volume of all gases. How much 1 mole of any gas, the volume occupied by it is equal to 22.4 liters at STP. See, using these relations and formulas we can calculate. We have to solve some sums. What are the sums? See, calculate the number of moles in 46 grams of sodium. See, using the mole concept, see, we are doing some sums. How can we do? See, if the mass of the substance has given, how can we measure the mole or calculate the mole? So calculate the number of moles in 46 grams of sodium. See here, number of moles is equal to, what is the formula? Mass of the element by atomic mass of the element. Here sodium, it is a metal, so atomic mass in 1 molecule it has only 1 atom, so it is atomic mass of the element. So number of moles is equal to mass of the element by atomic mass of the element. So what is the mass given for that element? 46 grams. But we have to know what is the atomic mass of the element. What is the atomic mass of sodium here? The value of atomic mass of sodium is 23. So 46 by 23, while we are simplifying this, we may get 2 moles of sodium. So calculate number of moles in 46 grams of sodium. See, in the calculation, if while you are finding the moles, what is the formula used? Mass by atomic mass of the element. Mass by the atomic mass of the element. So the given mass is 46 gram. Atomic mass of sodium is 23. This must we have to know. So 46 by 23 gives 2 moles of sodium. See one more example. Calculate the number of moles in 27 grams of aluminium. 27 grams of aluminium. See here again the formula. Number of moles is equal to mass of the element by atomic mass of the element. See, mass of the element has given how much? 27 grams. Then we have to know atomic mass of the element of aluminium. So the atomic mass of aluminium is 27. So 27 by 27 is equal to 1 mole. So 27 grams of aluminium is equal to 1 mole of aluminium. Thus, we can calculate the number of moles while the mass of the element has given. Mass of the element கொடுத்தாங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம், அதை அதோட அட்டாமிக் மாஸாவோ அல்லது மாலிகுலர் இருந்ததுன்னா மாலிகுலர் மாஸை கொடுத்து டிவைட் பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா நமக்கு என்ன கிடைக்கும்? நம்பர் ஆஃப் மோல்ஸ். இது ஒரு டைப் ஆஃப் ஃபார்முலா. See, using this same formula, just to do the calculation and match the following. See, just I revise this. 8 grams of oxygen. So 8 grams of oxygen, we know this, the molecular mass of oxygen is 32. So 8 by 30, say already for atomic mass of oxygen 16. So here O2, so 16 into 2, 32. 8 by 32. 8 by 32, 1 by 4, 0.25 moles. Then 4 grams of hydrogen. See, the value of hydrogen is 1. Mass of hydrogen is 1. Here H2. So 2. So 4 grams means 4 by 2 is equal to 2. So 2 moles. 52 grams of helium. See, helium there is only one atom. So 52 grams. The mass is 4. So 52 by 4, that is equal to 13 moles. 112, that is 112 grams of nitrogen. Nitrogen normally N is equal to 14. So N2, so 28. 112 by 28. 112 by 28. We may get 4 moles. 35.5 grams of chlorine. So chlorine value 35.5. Chlorine Cl2. So 35.5 into 2, 71. So 35.5 mass of the element 35.5. Then molecular mass of chlorine 71. So 35.5 by 71 is equal to 1 by 2, that is 0.5 moles. See, just match the following. Do it yourself once again. Calculate the number of moles of a sample that contains 12.046 into 10 power 23 atoms of iron. See here, another formula to calculate the mole is, if the number of molecules has given or number of atoms has given, see we know this, 1 mole of any gases contain how many molecules? 6.023 into 10 power 23. Like that, if it is atoms, 6.023 into 10 power 23 atoms. Like this. Say if atoms or molecules has given, we have to divide the number by Avogadro number. So to calculate number of moles. So formula, number of moles is equal to number of atoms by Avogadro's number. See how many molecules are given here in the sum? 12.046 into 10 power 23 by 6.023 into 10 power 23. So while you are cancelling 10 power 23, 10 power 23, 12 by 6 means 2. So simplifying this, we may get 2 moles. So in 12.046 into 10 power 23 atoms is equal to 2 moles. See another example. Calculate the number of moles in 1.51 into 10 power 23 molecules of ammonium chloride. Calculate the number of moles in 1.51 into 10 power 23 molecules of ammonium chloride. Again the same formula. Number of moles is equal to, this is a molecule, no? So number of molecules by Avogadro's number. Number of molecules by Avogadro's number. See how many molecules I have given? 1.51 into 10 power 23. Avogadro number 6.023 into 10 power 23. 10 power 23, 10 power 23 cancelled. So 1.5 here 6.0. In 6 how many 1.5? There are 4. So 1 times 1.5. Here 4 times 6.0. So 1 by 4. See while you are again 1 by 4 is equal to 0.25 moles of ammonium chloride. Thus, see we can calculate if the mass of the element has given, we have to divide by atomic number or molar mass. Molar means molecular mass of the element. One formula. Another type, second model, if the number of molecules or atoms as given, we have to divide the number by Avogadro number. We make it again number of moles. So these are the two types of formula to calculate the number of moles, and again another two types you may see in our next class. See, and one more thing, coming 11th to 22nd you are going to write your June monthly test. The timetable will be given to you tomorrow. Just try to do the test well at your level best. Here the portions and timetable will be given to you by your classmates tomorrow. So study well. Most of the questions may be asked again 2 mark and objective type. So try to do yourself best. Thank you.